something about these trees that's cool. I think it's gonna make for an absolutely god-awful photo. So just bear with me here. Something I find interesting is a lot of the comments that I get online when I talk about going on photo walks are people asking me about how I do it. And I find that really funny because I feel like for everybody, it should come fairly naturally. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I just mean everybody kind of finds their groove and makes them work how they want it to. But if you are wondering how to go on a photo walk, I figure I have some easy steps for you. I want to help you get into the groove of going on photo walks, because for me, photo walks are like the highlight of my day, highlight of my week, highlight of my life at this point. I read a lot of like philosophy and literature. That sounds pretentious. One of my favorite quotes about walking, before we even go on here, is from Henry David Thoreau. In talking about going on walks, he says that sometimes I'm reminded that the mechanics and shopkeepers stay in their shops not only all forenoon, but all afternoon too, sitting with crossed legs, as if their legs were made to sit upon and not to stand or walk upon. I think that they deserve credit for not all having committed suicide a long time ago. Let's go on a walk. Step number one of having a good photo walk is to find a good camera that just makes you excited to take pictures. It doesn't have to be deeper than that. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to get you pumped to take some pictures. So today I'm shooting with my M3. As always, it's the only camera I ever use at this point. I'm gonna be buried with this thing, and I'm shooting some Fujicolor 200, my favorite film stock, and it's dirt cheap. Oh, thank God. I always get so scared when I don't see these dots turn at first because I've screwed up. I screwed up photos of my newly born nephew because I forgot to load the film correctly when I first bought this camera, and I'm scarred for life. Anyways, let's go take some pictures. So step number two for going on a good photo walk is to just pick a place. Pick anywhere. Does not matter. You can even just walk outside of your apartment and walk in some random direction. Literally, all that matters is that you are not at home, you are outside, and you're taking pictures of something. So today, we're here taking photos in Green Lake Park. Let's see what we can get. It's all about like finding the light. I feel like that's what I need to do here. I'm like overthinking it. I'm like super overstimulated by everything going on right now. I find that lately I've been like really into this style of street photography where like groups of people like broken apart and like compositionally they're like not touching. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. I have like a couple Henri Cartier-Bresson photos like in my head when I think about it. I like put some over the screen. I'm like kind of looking for that. I know it's like super cliche for people to reference that like one painting of like people in the park that's at like the Chicago Museum of Art. The one from like Ferris Bueller. I'm thinking of it right now, so take that as you may. I know it's like super common for people to be like, I'm going out and I'm shooting street. I need to be around like a ton of people. But I find that it actually is kind of at a disservice to a lot of the photos that I take, because I find it's best to just like find something and isolate it. And it's hard to do that when you're in a crowd. So I think we're gonna go to a different part of the park with people a little bit more spread out, so I can get a little bit more environmental shots, things that are less focused on like large groups of people. Optional step number 3 is to find a good album and listen through the whole album on your photo walk. You don't have to do it. Specifically when I'm walking around Green Lake, I found that I'm super prone to listening to American Beauty by the Grateful Dead. I've probably listened to that album literally 100 times just walking these paths. It's really funny. Shout out Friend of the Devil. Shout out Ripple. Shout out. I find Sugar Magnolia a bit overrated. Don't kill me, you 70-year-olds. Step number 4 of a good photo walk is just find things that you're interested in and take pictures of it. Once again, it doesn't have to be that deep. It could be photos of people, it could be photos of birds, it could be photos of rocks. I truly don't care. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you stoked to take photos. A lot of people seem to have the misconception that photo walks are only for street photography, which, like, sure, in order to do street photography, you have to be out walking for long periods of time, but it could be whatever you want. And you also don't have to lock yourself into any specific type of photography. All right, step number 5 is I'm here double bevved up in the shade. Get a good snack or beverage. It's a perfect treat. It's a perfect reward for all the walking you're doing. This is a perfect reward for me recording this video in 95-degree weather. Get something that makes you excited to be out in the world, something that'll re-energize you. If I am out shooting street, specifically if I'm out in like New York where it's just fucking concrete everywhere, I will get a electrolyte beverage, one of those like Pedialyte type things, and a protein bar, and I feel like I could have a fight with God and like win. But yeah, get a good reward for yourself. Now that I got the Green Machine smoothie coursing through my bloodstream right now, I got some R&R down. Step number 6 is to keep walking and to keep taking more photos. And now, like I said, the photos don't have to matter. Like for some reason, I'm very drawn to this tree right now, so I'm gonna take a photo of the damn tree. Step 8, and the last step for a great photo walk, is to just keep doing it. Keep going out, keep going on walks, keep taking pictures. You can return to the same place and see how it changes over time, or you can go and take pictures in a different place and compare it to the last place you took pictures at. It does not matter. What matters is that you're out taking photos and that you're having fun and you're creating a body of work that you care about. I hope that these tips have helped. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I hope you get some good pictures. I have no idea if I did, but at the end of the day, it doesn't necessarily matter. Photo walks are such a big part of my life. I have processed so many thoughts and emotions. I've taken so many photos that I love. I've taken so many photos that I absolutely hate. And it's just all a matter of process. And on that note, I want to introduce you guys to Convergence. Convergence is a series of work that I've made over the last 5 years, all from photo walks like we went on today. It's very hard to find the meaning in a lot of them. Over the years, I've gotten so many photos that it's been so hard to kind of connect to each other. Because, you know, in going walks in downtown Seattle or in New York City or in rural New Jersey or Central Oregon, all these different places, all these different people, locations, subjects, it's so hard to find the meaning in it all. And that's what I seek to answer in this book. This book is going to be coming out on Friday, and I hope you enjoy. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.